Welcome back to the shooting channel, and today we're going to talk about how much you should spend on your first gun. In my hand I've got a Browning Grade 1 Sporter. Just picked it up off the rack, Browning Grade 1 Sporter, £1,500. But the way I personally would suggest of you picking how much you would like to spend on your first gun, forget about brands. There is hundreds of YouTube channels, there is hundreds of magazines, there is hundreds of gun shops, shooting schools, but forget brands. There's loads of different gun brands. Work out what you're going to do with the sport. You've done your research because a lot of you have subscribed to this channel and you've looked at this channel for ages. You've done your research on your gun. Ask yourself that question of what you are going to do with the sport. Are you just going to take the sport up just for a bit of fun and to enjoy it? Are you going to take the sport up to go clay shooting and compete in sporting level? Are you going to take the sport up and go into the Olympic level of shooting? Are you going to take up the sport and start game shooting? Or do you just purely want it to be a Sunday morning activity? If it's going to be a Sunday morning activity, then you can spend £200 or £300 on a gun. If it's going to be a little bit more of a hobby and sporting, then really you want to be starting at £500, £600, £700 and going up. If it's going to be an Olympic discipline, if you're want to shoot an Olympic discipline, it is not the first thing you're going to be starting on. You need to start somewhere, because an Olympic gun, a Prazzi, something like that, is going to be costing you £10,000, £15,000. If it's a game gun, again, how nice do you want it to be? Are you going to be shooting really expensive game days, or are you just going to be going out on the local farm, shooting 50 birds, 40 birds, and just going out shooting for a bit of fun? If you're going to be doing that, you don't really have to spend a fortune on a gun. If you're going to be going to some really, really nice places, then you'll want to feel good when you go there, so you'll want to spend a little bit more money on a gun. So I'm jumping into the middle of this video to give the results of the first Shooting Channel Championships held at the Oxford Gun Company in February. And I would like to say a big thank you to Yield It, our sponsors for this event, that put up the fantastic high gun prize of a brand new Yield It Pro. Big thank you to Yield It and Ray Trade for their support, and a big thank you to all you viewers that came along and shot the course at Oxford Gun Company. It will be happening again in 2023, so keep an eye on the channel to see what happens. Now, the results for the 2022 Shooting Channel Championships are C class with 102 out of 130 was Jack McInnery. The winner of B class was Ricky Hartland of 106 out of 130. And A class was Rob Honor with 115 out of 130. And we have had a lot of scores over 115, but the winner that wins the high gun prize and AA and AAA was Martin Myers with 125 out of 130. He wins the Yield It Pro. Please, all the winners, if they could email, contact us at theshootingchannel.co.uk to organise to get their prizes. Thank you ever so much for all the support you've given for the Shooting Channel Championships, and we will hope to bring this back to you for 2023. But the biggest thing you need to be thinking about is it's not, when you're first taking up the sport, it's not just about the gun that you need to be thinking about. It's about the skeet vest, it's about the clothing, the kit, the glasses, the safety gear. This is the sort of thing you need to think about. So all I would recommend you to do is ring up your local shooting school, book in, say, I want to take up shooting and I'm looking at buying my gun and my first kit. Set yourself a budget before you go there. But don't just set yourself a budget for the gun. Set yourself a budget for the kit. you've got £300 or £400 worth of spending on the kit. And then the lessons. A lot of people, they go out and they spend all the money on the gun, but they don't think about putting half a dozen lessons in the corner to learn the basics on it first. And that is the biggest thing. You can always, at a later date, you can always sell your first gun or part exchange it for another gun, for an upgrade on that gun. So that's the biggest thing you need to be thinking about, and that's the biggest mistake I see people make, is they come in and they look at all the YouTube channels, they go to all the shows, they look at Browning, Beretta, Krieghoff, Blaser, and they're just baffled with brand names. Forget that. Walk into the shooting school and say, I want to take up shooting, I want to get some kit and a gun to enjoy this sport. My budget is 1,000, 500, 1,500, 5,000, 10,000. What can I get for that budget? Any decent shooting school with a proper gun room will spend the time with you and go through the guns and the kit to get it right for you. If there is anyone out there that is thinking about buying their first gun and their first kit, please comment below and we might be able to help you and push you into getting that right gun for you and that right purchase. I hope you enjoyed this program. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.